Welcome to the Calendar tab. Before we jump in and look at all the functionality that the calendar offers, let's take a quick look at how you can customize certain aspects of your calendar. To customize the calendar, you will first want to click on the Admin tab, and in here you'll choose the link labeled Customize Account. Once this screen opens, you'll see a tab labeled Calendar Settings. Choose that, and in here you can choose whether or not you want to show birthdays on the calendar. You can customize and choose the beginning and ending times of your calendar, and you can also customize the meeting subjects and locations, allowing you to simply choose from a drop-down menu when scheduling a meeting. So now that we have the calendar settings in place, let's look at a few of the different options for viewing the calendar. The team calendar displays three different types of information. Again, meetings, tasks, and birthdays here on the calendar. And here in the upper left-hand corner, you can choose any combination of team members to view on the calendar. And when you choose a team member, you'll see all of their tasks and meetings directly on the calendar. Each team member can actually have their own color so that when you're viewing the calendar, you can easily see which team member is associated with which meeting or task. Now, to customize this, let's take a look at the Admin tab. We go to the Admin tab, and in here we can click on the Add Edit Users link, and a user table will appear. And to the left of each user in the table is an edit icon that I can click on to then come in here and choose and customize a color for each team member. Now that we've set that, let's go back to the Calendar tab, and let's take a look at how we can choose which mode to view the calendar. You can see in the top right corner here, I can either go to today, I can choose the week view, I can choose a month view. So I've got my standard options here for day, week, and month, and of course I can toggle forward and back with my arrows here depending on which mode my calendar's in. So one of the great things about the calendar is that it will also remember your specific settings. So for example, if you like to see only your calendar, I remove the team member here, and I prefer the week view, the calendar will remember these settings so that if I were to move away from the calendar and come back at any later time, it's going to remember these settings so that when I'm looking at the calendar, I'm looking at the week view, and again, I'm only looking at my meetings that I have or my tasks that I have on the calendar. So let's take a look at how you can add events to the calendar. In the upper left-hand corner, you'll see this orange button labeled Add Event. And it is here that I can click to add any one of three types of events that you see listed in the menu. I can add a new meeting, a new task, or a new to-do. And at this point, it's important to take just a moment to explain the difference between a task and a to-do. A task is something that is actually directly associated with the contact. In other words, you're linking this task directly to a contact that you need to perform this task for. A to-do, on the other hand, is not linked to any contact. Rather, it's more of a general reminder to do something and, again, has no direct correlation or connection to a specific contact in your database. In addition to this button in the upper left-hand corner, I can click anywhere on the calendar to actually create a task or a meeting. Here in the task section, I can click to open either a little menu here to either create a new task or a new to-do, and by clicking on either one of these, then I can create that item for that specific date. As far as meetings are concerned, I can do the same thing, but in this case, I can choose not only the day, but I can choose the specific time. So let's say I'm looking at something on the 13th of January at 1 p.m. I can click directly on that time slot, and you'll see that it will open it up with this information already pre-populated, allowing me then to finish creating my meeting on the calendar for that date and time. Another real handy feature about the calendar is that I can actually move events, specifically move meetings on the calendar either to a different time of day, I can change the duration of the meeting, and I can also choose the day of the meeting. So for example, here you can see I have Jessica scheduled at 9 a.m., 9 to 10 a.m. Let's say the meeting's actually needs to be scheduled for 2 hours. I can simply click and drag the duration of the meeting to make this a 2-hour meeting and easily change the duration of that meeting. I can also click and simply drag the meeting over if we've moved the meeting, let's say, to Saturday the 14th instead of Friday the 13th. And so we make it very easy for you to not only add events, but you can also move events on the calendar as needed. And again, here, keep in mind that we can also very easily change the view so that we can see, again, based on color coding, we can see the different colors on the calendar. One final thing to note is that when I hover over any of these events, I have the ability to perform a number of actions on that event. So here in this task, you can see that if I hover over that pop-up, I can go directly to the contact record. I could actually complete the task if I wanted to, or I can edit or delete the task. And the same thing occurs or is available for meetings. Again, I can hover over the pop-up, go directly to the contact record. I can edit or delete the meeting from the calendar. So that's a quick overview of the calendar tab. For more information about this tab or really any other features in the system, you can click directly on the support tab in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. And in here, you'll find a complete library with simple to follow articles that will show you how to use virtually any feature in your BigContacts account. And if you can't find what you're looking for or have additional questions, please feel free to click directly on this link here in the upper right-hand corner to create a support ticket and send us your request. And this will go directly to your support team, and we will get back to you with a detailed answer as soon as possible.